Hey food friends, welcome to my channel. I'm going to show you how to make an Italian hamburger and garden veg stew using a variety of frozen vegetables that I have in my freezer, most of which was grown in my father's garden over the summertime. This recipe demonstrates how you can make a really good meal using whatever you have laying around in your freezer. Let's get this recipe started. In a deep skillet on medium-high, add 1 tablespoon of olive oil, and once that is heated, add 1 pound of lean ground beef. I will be using half a yellow onion, and this ground beef was also frozen from my freezer and I defrosted it before cooking with it. Break it apart and let it brown. Dice your onion once your meat is cooking. After a couple minutes, when your meat is nice and browned, add your chopped onions. I will be using 5 cloves of garlic, and I'm just going to chop these nice and finely. Add your chopped garlic. Add 1 teaspoon of dehydrated garlic pieces or garlic powder, 1 teaspoon of dehydrated onion flakes or onion powder for extra flavors. Add cracked black pepper to taste and a teaspoon of sea salt. I'm using frozen tomato paste from my freezer. You can use from a can or a squeeze tube if you'd like. But as you can see, most of the ingredients I'm using for this recipe is from my freezer. This is about 3 tablespoons worth of tomato paste. As our heat is still on medium-high, this won't take very long to melt into the pot. I will add just a splash of water to further help it melt. Here I have a pack of frozen veggies, and in this packet it's 1 small bell pepper and 2 small zucchinis. Of course you can use fresh bell pepper and zucchinis if you have, and then your recipe won't take as long to cook, but frozen veggies do take longer to cook, especially zucchinis. If you are using fresh veggies, you can add your peppers now and add your zucchinis later, as they won't require cooking for as long. I'm adding 2 medium tomatoes and about 2.5 cups of cherry tomatoes, and all of these are frozen, of course. They're frozen whole and they're from Dad's garden as well. Substitute with 1 large can of whole or diced tomatoes. The combo of tomatoes, zucchinis, and peppers just screams Italian, and those are 3 of the most commonly consumed vegetables in the Italian cuisine. Turn your heat up to high and add about half a cup of water, and we want to get this to a nice bubble and boil. I'm using 1.5 cups of frozen mixed veggies, and any type works. You can use carrots and potatoes in this if you'd like as well. This is just showing you how you can use any veggies from your freezer to make something really delicious and healthy. Here I have some parsley that's starting to wilt, so I will be throwing that in my stew as well. Chop the stems and leave the leaves aside, and we're going to add the stems so they can cook into the stew. Time for our dried pantry herbs and seasonings. Add 2 small bay leaves, 1 teaspoon of dried basil, and 1 tablespoon of Italian seasoning. I'm generous with my seasonings because I like a lot of flavor. Good flavor makes home-cooked food taste so good. I'm also adding a dash of complete seasoning, but you don't have to do this. It's optional. It just adds a bit more flavor. Finally, chop your parsley leaves and add it to your stew. This is about 1/3 of a cup. Our tomatoes are starting to melt. Let this come to a boil, and then we're going to cover this and cook it for 20 minutes on medium heat. After 20 minutes, most of my tomatoes are melted, and I just want to crush the ones that are still whole, and then I'm going to remove all the skins with a fork. If you did use a can of tomatoes, you wouldn't have to remove any skins because there wouldn't be any skin in it. Let this simmer for another 5 minutes. Time for a taste test, and it tastes fantastic. I am going to add a bit more salt because I need it to be a bit saltier for my liking. Now it's time to serve this. And here you have it, so warm and comforting on a cold night. The combo of beef and tomatoes goes really well together and provides a lot of umami, and the addition of all the vegetables just adds so much nutrients to this recipe. Serve this over rice or pasta to make many meals, or eat it with a nice crusty bun. Give this recipe a try and go feed yourself. Thanks for watching.